Attorney Dana Haralillo and Ms. Josephine Atiere, regular members. Engineers Reynan Parapina and Ferdinand Castillo, provisional members. On the part of the observers, we have Ms. Perla Tablante and Alexita from NACA, and Ms. Asnilin Hiling from COA. Likewise, we have in attendance that and members of the technical working group and members of the back secretariat. On the part of the prospective leaders, we have representatives from JBN Construction and Trading for the 4 river crossing terminals along Pasig River project. For the Port of Masbate project, we have representatives from CMD Construction Services Corporation and Patrilia Builders Incorporated. For the Port of Getafe project, we have WPG Construction and Development Corporation, Haitong Construction and Development Corporation, joint venture with LNR Construction, CMD Construction Services Corporation, Patrilia Builders Incorporated, and Sunwest Construction and Development Corporation. For the Port of Osamis project, we have representatives from Mara Builders Incorporated and Sunwest Construction and Development Corporation.
Thank you. Considering the foregoing, the chair declares that there is a quorum. College of Activity number 08-2019 comes to order. Madam Secretary, what do we have scheduled today?
We have 5 items under our agenda, Mr. Chair. Number 1 is the approval of the minutes of the previous BAC meeting, HOBAC EP numbers 035, 036, and 037-2019, dated 23 May 2019. Number 2 is the credit conference for the following projects. Proposed rehabilitation of 4 river crossing terminals along Pasig River, Manila. Construction of Port Operations Building and Transit Shed, Port of Masbate, Masbate City. Construction of backup area, Port of Getafe, Bohol. Construction of backup area and RC Wharf on Field, Port of Osamis, Osamis City, Misamis Occidental. Doña Helen, Port Expansion Project, Port of Doña Helen, Socorro, Surigao del Norte. Number 3 item is the post-qualification report for the following projects. Proposed renovation of PPA Executive Lounge and Gym, PPA Corporate Building, South Harbor Port Area, Manila. The construction of RC Pier and construction of Port of Carmen sa Agustin Romblon. Number 4 is the deliberation on the request for reconsideration for the proposed repainting of PPA Head Office Building, Bonifacio Drive, South Harbor Port Area, Manila. And the last item is the bill evaluation report for the proposed repainting of PPA Head Office Building, Bonifacio Drive, South Harbor Port Area, Manila, Manok-Manok Cargo Port Project, Port of Manok-Manok, Malay, Aklan, and the construction of backup area and Oroman, Port of Tapal, Bohol.
Thank you. Unless there's objection, let's proceed to the first item on our agenda, the approval of minutes of previous BAC meeting.
Mr. Chair, minor correction lang for HOBAC EP number 037-2009, 3.5, insertion of the word off between evaluation and non-sort. Page 3. Yung May 23, 2019 na minutes, 2 p.m. yung insertion lang ng the word, the evaluation of non-store construction. Missing na yung word na also. Off lang.
Oh, okay. That's the definition of
Mr. Chairman, that the approval of six box utility box for number 035, 036, 037, 2019, 2023, and 2019.
It has been moved as a guide, the draft meeting, the previous draft meeting, the information thereto. There being none, the minutes of draft meeting, meeting number 035/2019, and 036/2019, held on May 23, 2019, are going to as presented in the minutes of draft meeting, meeting number 037/2019, held last May 23, 2019, is hereby approved as amended. Let's proceed to the next item on our agenda, the public conference.
For the proposed rehabilitation of 4 river crossing terminals along Pasig River, Manila. As a backgrounder, the project was posted in the PTA and PLG's website on May 21, 2019. The approved budget for the contract is 9,933,806.98 with a project duration of 240 calendar days. We have one prospective bidder for the project, JVM Construction and Trading. The floor is now open for your queries, clarifications, questions. Mr. Anthony Ramirez, Mark Anthony Ramirez. Representatives from JVM Construction and Trading. Any questions, clarifications?
Okay, you might have the date.
Please be reminded that the scheduled submission and opening of bids for the rehabilitation of 4 river crossing terminals along Pasig River is on June 11, 2019 at 10 a.m. The deadline for submission of bid documents is at 9 a.m. of the same day, June 11.
Okay, proceed to the next public conference.
For the construction of Port Operations Building and Transit Shed, Port of Masbate, Masbate City. Okay. The project was posted in the PPA and PUJEC's website on May 21, 2019, with an approved budget for the contract of 142,613,052.34, with a project duration of 540 calendar days. We have prospective bidders from CMU Construction Services Corporation. The floor is now open for your queries, clarifications, questions.
What is the required license?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rhea Picos of Seno Construction. Ma'am, what is the required TICAD license for the project, ma'am?
Technical working group.
The required pickup license is medium A, building and industrial plant. Category lang. That is the required pickup registration. Anong category? Industrial.
Classification po yun. Yung category po, is it A or B?
Pero hindi yan kasi ang tinatanong na kasi ang pick-up niya is medium A, just
Category yun eh.
may mga categories. Wala, hindi naman natin nire-record sa ano.
So,
As far na medium A. Hello ma'am, may you answer your query. You are from
Same
same
open.
construction. With regards to the category, hindi na namin yan yan. Medium, basta medium A, building and industrial plant. Okay? Clear po ba?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you might have the date.
representatives from Patria Builders Incorporated, sir. Do you have any questions or clarifications? None. So, the scheduled submission and opening of bids for the Masbate project is on June 11, 2019 at 11 a.m. The deadline for submission is likewise on the same date, June 11, 2019 at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Next pre-discussion.
Construction of backup area for Tapieta Bohol. The project was posted in the PPA and PUJEC's website on May 21, 2019 with an approved budget for the contract of 163,296,490.50 centavos. We have prospective bidders from WTC Construction and Development Corporation. Any? None. Hightone Construction and Development Corporation, joint venture with LNR Construction. Any questions, clarification?
clarification for you. By the way, I'm Alvin Dubise from Edema Construction. My query is about the equipment required for batching plant which has a minimum capacity of 30 cubic meter. What do we mean ma'am, by minimum of 30 cubic meter?
Technical.
I think that is 30, na? So yun yung minimum natin, 30. Yung capacity ng equipment ng batching plant mismo. A follow-up question lang sir, what paper is required for the attachment for proof of ownership or this for batching plant? Kasi ano yun eh, I think that's all, right? On the list. So, either yung purchase order nyo is pwede na yan, or debit check. Thank you, sir.
CMO construction.
Same question. Category for top
Kategori na naman tayo. Yan sir, same answer.
Same answer, ma'am. With the previous one. We don't require the category, just the pickup license.
So,
Medium is, the pickup is medium B. Ports and harbor. Ports and harbor.
Sunwest Construction and Development Corporation.
Icon yata.
Sunwest. Okay, please be reminded that the scheduled submission and opening of bids for the Port of Yetape Bohol is on June 11, 2019 at 2 p.m. The deadline for the submission of bids is on June 11, likewise at 1 p.m.
Thank you. Next.
For the construction of backup area in RC Wharf on Field, Port of Osamis, Osamis City, Osamis Occidental. The project was posted in the PPA and Williams website on May 21, 2019, with an approved budget for the contract of 324,872,239.42, with a project duration of 600 calendar days. We have prospective bidders from Mara Builders Incorporated. Do you have any? None. Sunwest Construction and Development Corporation. Wala din. Okay, please be reminded that the opening of bids for the Osamis project is on June 13, 2019 at 10 a.m. The deadline for the submission is June 13, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The last PB conference.
For the Doña Helen Port Expansion Project, Port of Doña Helen, Socorro, Surigao del Norte. The project was posted in the PPA and PUDEP's website on May 21, 2019, with an approved budget for the contract of 63,757,348.81 and with a project duration of 360 calendar days. We have no prospective bidder yet for the project. Wala. We have no prospective bidder yet.
Okay, just for the record, what is the term complete?
The date for the submission and opening of bids for the Doña Helen project is on June 13, 2019 at 2 p.m. The deadline for submission is June 13, 1 p.m.
Okay, this ends the PB conference portion of our agenda and prospective bidders. Your excuse if you wish to leave, you may leave. Let's proceed to the post-qualification report.
Ayaw mo na.
Okay, so technical working group ready to present this post-qualification report.
Let us see. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to all of us. Report on the post-qualification of Citracon Corporation for renovation of executive lounge and gym, PPA Corporate Building, South Harbor, Port Manila. Contract number RFP, NCS number 010-2019. Based on the duly approved evaluation report and as per instruction by the DAC, the PWG conducted post-qualification of Citracon Corporation last May 27, 2019. And based on the result of post-qualification, Citracon Corporation complied as verified with all the legal, financial, and technical requirements. Hence, the PWG recommends the bid proposal of Citracon Corporation at its calculated bid price of 6,432,810 and 60 over 100 pesos be declared as the lowest calculated responsive bid pursuant to Ordinance Section 34 of the 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act Number 9134. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Pag sinabi niyong key personal pledge were inspected, paano ito ninyo ginagawa yun?
Dun sa contractor's key personal pledge for the project. Nakalagay kasi, the key personal pledge by the contractor were inspected. Paano pag ginagawa yun?
Individually licenses. CRC, yeah. Yung individual licenses nila. Bali, bina-verify talaga namin kung talagang original or authenticated yung kanilang pinapresent na licenses.
Pagbuhat ng tao sila. Hinahanap din namin yung yung tao pag nandun. Hinahanap niya.
Pwede sumama pa ang first facing mo.
Number 10.
Sabi sa sama mo.
Yung tao,
Okay, so yung qualifications, you base it on the CRC license, etc. Yung availability,
Yung documents ka.
depending on availability.
The documents
Yes, sir.
if they are not assigned to other projects.
Yes, sir. No,
If they are not,
complete, sir.
if they are not assigned,
Yes.
and it's
No.
validated, kaya
Kasi
eh kung the documents submitted, the qualifications of the people pledged by the contractor were validated and verified. The qualifications.
matatawa na lang ako yung tama. Pwede ba wish cards na lang? So ano remarks na natin dyan?
qualifications of the personnel reflected by the contractor were validated, but verified, validated, verified.
Natakot sa mama.
Documents lang naman yung binabalik.
May kompetensya pa sila. Oo.
Hindi yung tao.
Mr. Chair, that after the PWD was a traffic corporation at its calculated price of 6,432,810 and 60 centavos, bidding that is the lowest calculated responsive bid for to section 5 for the IRA 9184.
It has been moved as a candidate to adopt the recommendation of technical working group as contained in the report and the post-qualification of Cyclocon Corporation for the renovation of executive lounge and GSPK Corporate Living, South Harbor Port Area, Manila.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
There in the event, the proposal of Cyclocon Corporation is calculated with price of 6,432,810 pesos and 86 centavos. It's hereby declared as the lowest calculated responsive bid pursuant to section 34 of the IRR RA 1. Hello, Secretary, we wait from you to see the preparation of the necessary notice and resolution. Proceed with the next report.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everyone. Report on the post-qualification of DK Oxon Construction for the reconstruction of our shipyard and construction of our Port of Carmen, San Agustin, Romblon under contract number LFP BGS number 009-2019. Based on the duly approved individual report and as per instruction by the BAC, the PWG conducted post-qualification on DK Oxon Construction last May 25 and 26, 2019. And based on the result of post-qualification, DK Oxon Construction complied as verified with all the legal, financial, and technical requirements. Hence, the PWG recommends that the bid proposal of DK Oxon Construction at its calculated bid price of 43,884,988 pesos be declared as the single calculated responsive bid pursuant to Rule 10, Section 34 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Siguro yung ano lang din, yung sa personal lang din, kasi wala pang remarks, yung the usual. Yung iba kasi, although may remarks na dun sa kabilang side, may nilalagay pa yung remarks on the, as to the, verified siya, yung mga lineage, yung mga experience. So yun na lang din.
Sa 2.4.
Sa 2.4,
Wala siyang remarks.
wala siyang remarks. Hindi siya in-inspect.
Wala siyang number.
Okay, noted.
Yung dalawang volunteer.
Mr. Chair, that after the PWG that the bid proposal of DK Oxon Construction at its calculated price of 43,884,988 pesos. As we did that single responsive bid for certain Rule 10, Section 5 of the revised 2016 IRR 9184.
Yes, move the second to adopt the recommendation of technical working group as contained in the report on the post-qualification of DK, post-qualification of DK Oxon Construction. The reconstruction was here and construction program for the Carmen and the Casino, they put in their group. Their agreement with the proposal of DK Oxon Construction is calculated with price of 43,884,988 pesos. Is a here a single calculated responsibility pursuant to Rule 10, Section 24 of the 2016 revised IRR. Regarding number 9184. Let's proceed to the next item or agenda. If there's any objection, if there are no objections, can we proceed to the bid evaluation report before we discuss the request for reconsideration of consideration will be having the discussion? No objection? Technical working group, proceed with your bid evaluation report.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Bid evaluation report on the proposed repainting of EPA head office building, Bonifacio Drive, South Harbor, Port Area, Manila, LFP and CES number 011-2019.
Sir, excuse me. Are we going to proceed with the bid evaluation for the day? Sa huli na lang, sir, yun, kasi we still have to discuss the
motion.
Doon na lang po sa dalawa po.
Okay. First,
Manok-manok.
may issue ba?
Good afternoon, sir. Once again, good afternoon to everyone. Bid evaluation report on the Manok-Manok Carport project, Port of Manok-Manok, Mare Aklan, LFP PNG number 012-2019. And here is the scope of work: construction of backup area, construction of access road, port lighting system. The approved budget for the contract is 134,170,466.65. In response to the invitation to bid, 3 bidders secured the bid documents, namely Mac Builders, LNR Construction, Country Construction and Development Corporation. The 3 bidders kept the technical and financial envelope in the bid box located at the back office before the deadline of 9 a.m. on 23 of May 2019. The first envelope of the 3 bidders were opened and checked by the back members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, field depths, and etc. After the evaluation by the back end motion duly made and properly seconded, 3 bidders were declared passing with the requirements of the first envelope. After the first envelopes were opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelope of the 3 bidders were opened. The documentary requirements were checked and the bid prices were read by the chairman and then recorded. The 3 bidders were able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, with an evaluation of the bids was undertaken. The bid offer of the 3 bidders conformed to the required items specified in the bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviation were found in the bid proposal of the 3 bidders. There were no arithmetical or computational errors, as well as variances between the total bid prices and extended unit bid prices on the bid proposal of the 3 bidders. After a circumspect evaluation of the submitted documents of LNR Construction, it was found out that the proposed manpower pledged for this project, particularly the project manager, Lester N. Ray, and project engineer, Noel M. Montas, were also pledged as project managers and materials engineer, respectively, in their ongoing project, which was the proposed Villaba Port Development Project, Port of Villaba, Barangay Silad, Villaba, Leyte. Likewise, some pledges equipment for this project, particularly the clamshell and concrete vibrator, were also pledged in the said ongoing project. LNR Construction should be rated as disqualified, considering that the project manager and project engineer pledged for the project were the same project manager and materials engineer in their ongoing Villaba Port Development Project. Also, the mentioned equipment, clamshell, and concrete vibrator, which were still being utilized in the said ongoing project, were likewise plated in the Manok-Manok Port project. Based on the result of the bid valuation, the PW recommends to declare R&R Construction as disqualified for pledging the same manpower and equipment on their ongoing Bigapaport Development Project and Manok-Manok Cargo Port Project. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act Number 984, and based on the result of the bid evaluation, which responded in order, the PWD recommends to declare Cancun Ship Construction and Development Corporation the second lowest bidder at its calculated bid price of 132,828,205 and 91 over 100 pesos as the lowest calculated bidder, and that was qualification be conducted on the certificate. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Sir, hindi ko natin iyak as recommendation na inform muna si LNR Construction regarding that disqualification. Parang included siya dapat doon sa recommendation. Kasi ang recommendation nila, sir, they consider that they declare it disqualified si LNR. Then, next na lowest calculated bidder, si Cancun Chief. Pero ba kailangan na-inform muna siya?
Automatically, when you say disqualified, you have to inform them of the disqualification and the grounds. And they, because they still have, yes, they can file their request for reconsideration also the same period.
Pero talagang declare na
Kasi automatic declare ma-disqualify yung lowest, anyway, lowest bidder.
Hindi mo makakasabay na while evaluating the MR, they will submit or file MR, nagpo-post-swap na kami dun sa...
Okay lang, kasi we can continue with the procurement process as long as we do not issue a notice of while the reconsideration is still undergoing. Wala pa tayong notice.
Mr. Chair, I would call that the representative that based on the result of the evaluation, the declare LNR Construction as disqualified for pledging the same manpower and equipment on their ongoing Bigapaport Development Project and Manok-Manok Project. Also, based on the recommendation, evaluation, to recommend to declare Cancun Chief Construction and Development Corporation as second lowest bidder with scheduled bid price of 132,828,205 and 91 centavos as the lowest bidder and possible to be contracted with the bidder.
That's been moved. It has been moved and seconded that we have the recommendation of the technical group as contained in the bid evaluation report on the Manok-Manok Cargo Port Project for the Manok-Manok Malay Land, the opposition thereto. There being none, LNR Construction further declared that disqualified for pledging the same manpower and equipment. They are going to the Port Development Project and Manok-Manok Cargo Port Development Project. Secretary received instructed to proceed to issue the necessary notice to LNR Construction. Also, Cancun Chi Construction Development Corporation is hereby declared as the lowest the second lowest bidder at its calculated bid price of 152,828,205 pesos and 91 centavos. Is hereby declared as the lowest calculated bidder. Technical groups to be instructed to proceed with the post-qualification bidder. However, the notice of award will be deferred until we resolve if ever a motion for reconsideration will be filed by LNR Construction. Proceed with your next report.
Bid evaluation report on the construction of backup area and Roro ramp, Port of Tapal, Bohol, LFTBHL number 013-2019. Scope of work: demolition, removal and excavation works, and backup area and Roro ramp on field. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published or advertised is 56,559,225 pesos and 82 centavos. In response to the invitation to bid, only Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation and JPAC Construction joint venture secured the bid documents in the amount of 50,000 pesos. The loan bidder dropped the technical and financial envelopes in the bid box located at the back office before the deadline of 1 p.m. on May 23, 2019. The first envelopes of the loan bidder was opened and checked by the back members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, pickup, field jets, and etc. After due evaluation by the back and a motion duly made and properly seconded, Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture was declared passing with the requirements of the first envelope. After the first envelope was opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelope of Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture, was opened. The documentary requirements were checked and bid prices were by the chairman and then recorded. Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture, was able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bids was undertaken. The bid offer of Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture, conformed to the required items specified in the bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviation were found in the bid proposal of Mamsar Construction Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture. Arithmetical or computational errors as well as discrepancies between total bid prices and extended unit bid prices were found in the bid proposal of Mamsar Construction Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture, amounting to negative 0.26 pesos. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of the Republic Act 9184, and based on the result of the bid evaluation which was found to be in order, the bidder will commence to declare Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture, at its calculated bid price of 56,285,488 pesos and 85 centavos as a single calculated bidder, and that was qualification be conducted on that bidder. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Doctor, with the PWD, the declared Mamsar Construction Industrial Corporation, JPAC Construction joint venture at its calculated bid price of 56,285,458 and 85 centavos as the single bidder, and that was qualified to conducted in the second meeting.
Just to be seconded, we have the recommendation of technical working group as contained in their field evaluation report on the construction of backup air in Aurora for the Tapal Bohol, verification thereto. There being none, master construction and industrial corporation, we have construction, joint venture, as calculated with price. So 56,285,488 pesos and 85 centavos is hereby declared a single calculating bidder. Technical working group is hereby instructed to conduct post-qualification on the said bidder. Let's proceed to the deliberation on the request for consideration for the proposed repainting of PTA head office building on Pasha Drive, South Harbor, Port area. We have here a request for consideration filed by Town Authority Trade Philippines, dated May 26, 2019. For the record, when was the meeting conducted, Secretary?
For the repainting
May 20.
of PPA head office building project was held on
May 20.
May 23, 2019.
Oh. Okay. Secretary, so when was the deadline for the filing of motion for consideration?
The deadline for the filing was May 27, 2019.
Okay. And what date was this received?
The both letters were dated May 26, 2019, which is before the prescribed deadline.
What were they received?
I received, yes, 27, 127, and then the other one.
So they were received within the period allowed, so before 5 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, so your time is submitted. Hence, up for consideration with the back. Please let your dalawang na disqualified. Okay.
Our 4G and MJR.
Okay. Let's first resolve the request for consideration filed by Town Authority Trade Philippines. For the record, what's the basis for the disqualification? Technical working group.
There are two reasons for the recommendation of the technical working group to have the first bid envelope declared as non-passing of the requirements of the chair. First one is the non-compliance on the bidding forms, specifically on the statement of all ongoing contracts and the single largest completed contract. And also number two is the non-compliance of the experience of one personnel, specifically on the skilled painter. With regard to the number one, Mr. Chair, we reiterate our position on the instruction to bidder, item number 4 and item number 5, which states that bidders shall submit their bids using the appropriate forms in section 10. Bidding forms of the bid documents on or before the deadline for submission of bids form must be completed without any alteration to their format, and no substitute form shall be accepted. All blanks shall be filled in with the information requested. And number 5 states that all footnotes indicated in the bidding form as part of the bid documents are important and should be strictly complied with. Failure to comply thereon will resort to disqualification.
Okay. What particular aspect of the contract form did they not comply with?
But on the statement of all ongoing contracts and the single largest completed contract, Mr.
So
Chair.
in two forms, they make an alteration.
Yes, Mr. Chair, they don't use the prescribed forms.
Okay.
But what is found in section 9 is the one of which the purpose of use for arguments of the
Section 9 of the
What is found in
bidding
section 9? Talaga naman contract form yun, di ba? Yung ano.
Should be the bidding forms. Bidding forms.
Which the purpose not used?
So lalo nang hindi.
Parang sinabi nila,
Hindi niya
we
sinunod.
did not use it. Parang the contract form was there, but we did not use it.
For argument's sake, we have a copy of the bid
Ito.
submitted, bid submitted.
The bid doc and the bid.
Sa yung isa namin NJR. What is found in section?
Can you show the documents, the clause 19.9? Section 9 bid forms. However, our bid forms by section 8.
What is found in section 9?
Section 9 is contract form.
There's an error in the numbering of the bid forms and the bid contracts. It should be
Kasi yung nakalagay sa contract form, mali yung ano natin.
Section
numbering,
Section B.
numbering, the number should be.
Pero kung yung form itself, kung nagkamali man, hindi dapat yung kasi.
Yeah. Because she also used the other forms. So meaning he knows where the bid forms are.
Instruction to bidders, after the identification of the section, the title of the section was also identified, bidding forms. So it can be seen that section 8 was bidding forms, while section 9 was contract forms. Nonetheless, they used forms found in section 8. Different by title. So there's a number, pero we identify the title of the section, which is section. We said section 8, and we said section 9, but we said it's bidding forms. Bidding forms is section 6, section 7. 8, section 8.
Ano yung So yun lang. Okay. I-compare kasi doon sa ating requirement. Iba yan. Hindi, i-compare kasi doon sa requirement.
Contract form, yung bid form.
Parang related kasi ito dun sa susunod. Yung mention dito na yung ano ba yung outward niya? Anong klase yung in-outward niya?
Iba na yung
Sir, anong section? Andyan yung ating format. Ito yung
pipila pa lang naman yung format natin.
Ano section?
Kung iba yung
Wala siyang footnote.
sa aking format.
Number of columns.
Ito yung alternate.
Ito po yung filter. Yan yung dapat ulit-ulit. Yan yung requirement natin. Ito yung
Pero yung other forms na,
Yung
Kaya alam niyo. Hindi, ibig sabihin, lahat ng forms niya, except yun, kinuha niya dito.
Kasi kung if he says na the contract forms weren't properly identified, we identified the contract forms under section 9, hindi dapat niyang ma-fill up yun dahil technically walang contract form nakalagay doon. However, nag-apply siya ng contract form, therefore, aware siya that the contract form are in section 8. Bid forms or informs. So, yung argument niya, hindi consistent considering he was aware where the bid forms were stated and they were able to identify the bid. Because hence, kung gano'n, wala silang mabibigay sa bid form. Yan ba yung
Kumbaga
argument
yung
na
contract form is totally different.
contract talaga
Oo,
niya.
contract talaga.
Hindi niya mabibigay. Hindi niya mabibigay.
So in the first place, alam na niyang nagkamali lang yung section 8. But still,
The argument here is the section number is a bit wrong, but the section title identifies it. And if there was any confusion, they should have raised it during the previous conference. And we have long been consistent with regards the alteration of any aspect of the forms other than an addition which is taken from the Procurement Act itself is considered an alteration which cannot be allowed. Is that the recommendation of the technical group? What is the first point? With the back agree that the bid forms can be adequately identified notwithstanding the fact that the section number was improperly identified, considering that the section title was identified in the instruction to bidders. Do I hear any opposition to that line of thinking? So do you move to adopt the recommendation of technical team in that regard? Well, first point, that the bid form can be identified, the area wherein no alterations can be made can be identified by the fact, notwithstanding the fact that the section was improperly identified, but the title of the section was properly identified. Are you moving?
For item A of the letter of TOVA 3rd G Trade Philippines, I move to adopt the recommendation of the PWG.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded. We adopt the recommendation of technical working group with regards to the first point raised by Trade Philippines, wherein they asked for a consideration regarding the disqualification based on the ground that there was alteration on the bid form. Do I hear any position there too? There being none, the first ground is denied. The section can be properly identified, notwithstanding the improper section numbering, considering that it was identified as bid form, not contract form, as argued by the bidder. However, the technical working group is instructed to make sure that in future postings of the instruction to bidders, that the proper section be identified. Okay, let's now proceed to the second ground for disqualification. There's a vision of the personal biodata of under foreman was not marked as an experienced painter. Technical working group.
On the experience of the skilled painters, the document submitted shows that the personal experience is a foreman's, which is a supervisory work of painting project and does not indicate that he is a skilled painter. You can be a foreman for painting project, but does not mean you have done painting work, Mr. Chair. That's the position. So we don't consider the experience of the skilled worker as foreman to be considered as skilled worker.
Okay, for clarity, we require that the foreman be an experienced painter.
We are requiring a skilled painter. Here, we are requiring a skilled painter, but the one proposing a skilled painter is experience is just a foreman, is a foreman of a painting project.
So our requirement is that there be an experienced painter as one of the positions, one of the personnel. However, the personnel they identified was a foreman who was experienced in supervising painting works.
Yes.
So their argument is they assigned an experienced painting foreman, which is still not what we require. We require an experienced painter, not an experienced painting foreman.
Not a foreman.
Not a foreman. Okay.
Pero di ba paano kung mag-import skill painter ka?
Not necessary.
Ang master carpenter, nag-start niya sa carpentero.
Not
Yun lang
necessary.
naman. I mean,
Not-
i-contest yan dahil
You may know the word.
supervise ng maging painter ng mga yan na wala kang experience as painter. Although, sinasabi nga natin na hindi natin required, pero pinakontest nila, yung tao na to, hindi ito magiging bossing ng mga painter na wala sa experience as laging painter. Yun lang yun.
Hindi, actually, yung argument nila, the foreman that we will assign is an experienced painting foreman.
Hindi nga, painting foreman.
Hindi, pero sa akin, kung painting foreman, pagsusupervise ang painting works, ng painting.
Pero kung pagsusunod ka na wala sa experience pag-paint,
Hindi, may experience ka, pero pwede ka
Sa
rin.
ganun niyang supervisor, di na meron magpintayan. Di ba ganun naman naman sa mga teacher? The supervisor, sabi sa teacher, di ka marunong magturo, ganyan sa pagturuin mo, di ba magturo?
Yung experienced painter, different yan sa skilled painter. Ha?
Pardon, sir.
Kasi dito,
Pardon, sir.
merong foreman, merong skilled painter. May skilled painter na sila na in-identify.
Yes, sir. They are saying that the skilled painter that is required, they are proposing a person that is a foreman before, which is the foreman experience is not a skilled work.
Okay, okay. How many personnel are we requiring under our terms of reference?
One skilled painter.
One skilled painter, Mr. Chair.
There is a skilled painter here.
They are just saying that this skilled painter, but the experience of this skilled painter is a foreman, Mr. Chair.
Sino mag-question natin? Si Jimmy Lagornoy o si Camilo Kahara? So si Kahara ang may issue dito, hindi yung foreman. Okay, so going over the list of contractors personnel, identify the skilled painter, Camilo Caraha, 15 years experience, total years experience 15 also as well. However, if we go to the data, okay, can you assist here? Paano mo malaman na skilled painter?
He should have the experience in painting, Mr. Chair. This is the one who will paint.
Okay, so dito nilagay niya, as skilled painter, he supervised the following completed projects. Waterproofing. So dapat hindi supervised to.
Siya ka mismo nagtatrabaho.
Dapat siya mismo gumawa.
Siya gusto mo.
meron ba tayong particular form dito? May form ba to yung key personal certificate of commitment? Or galing sa kanila to? Sila ang gumawa nito. So galing sa kanila na sinabi sinupervise nila. So kahit yung skilled painter na sinabi niya sinupervise niya yung waterproofing and sinupervise niya yung rehabilitation and repainting of year-based building materials. Hindi, supervise na nakalagay. Hindi, ginawa niya, no? Nilagay niya, however, in support of that, yung certificate niya, nakalagay dito, supervised. Anong ginawa nung isa? Yung nag-qualify? Anong nakalagay?
Painter talaga.
So I painted.
Because of the word. Siya talaga ang nag-paint. Hindi siya tumingin lang.
Hindi siya supervised.
Formal is taga-tingin.
Iba yung umahawak ng
I painted.
Pero yung isang question ni Engineer Valentina kanina na hindi ka pwedeng maging supervisor kung hindi ka dumaan.
Kasi yung mga format, general na yan. Kahit na ang importante dyan, yung good leadership, kinakatakutan. Not necessarily, you know,
Format is the overall. Not necessarily yung expertise niya can be on a particular skill. Before ka maging foreman, meron ka pa rin kahit pa paano skilled ka for a particular painter or carpentry. Parang meron kang ganong, bago ka maging foreman to a level, parang technical ka muna. For sa atin technical ka muna bago ka maging magkaroon ng supervisory na posisyon. So dinaanan mo yun. Not necessarily for a foreman.
Not like a career,
Nilagay niya dito na yung assignment talaga ni Camillo Kahara was as painting and assistant foreman nung painting ng Elugio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology. So, wala yan dito. So, dinadagdag niya ngayon yung notice of award and yung notice of in-enhance niya yun. So, technically, based on this, wala. So, wala yun. Sinasabi lang niya ngayon. Okay.
Dapat ibigay niya sa experience niya.
Based on the document, claim niya as a skilled painter, nag-supervise siya.
Pero wala sa
Hindi, wala yung sinasabi niya na his task was as painter talaga, hindi supervising.
Meron siyang skilled painter siya. Kasi wala doon sa
political document. So dapat optimal sinabi sa enhancement of the kasi sinusupport na findings before.
Okay, are you ready to move or do you require further debate?
Mr. Chair, I move for the denial of the motion for consideration, specifically item B of thaumaturgy trade paintings.
It has been moved and seconded to deny the reconsideration, the second ground raised by Thaumaturgy Trade Philippines, particularly the fact that their skilled painter has no experience as a skilled painter based on the documents which they submitted. Particularly, the document states that as a skilled painter, he supervised several projects and did not establish his experience as a skilled painter. Because of the denial of both grounds of Thaumaturgy Trade Philippines, the reconsideration of Sir, but Trade Philippines is considered denied. Madam Secretary, please provide the necessary communication based on the discussion of the last. Okay, let's proceed to the next. Okay, let's proceed to the letter submitted by MDR Builders.
Okay, first one, technical.
Sorting group, what are the grounds for the disqualification of MDR Builders for
The reason for the recommendation of the technical working group to have the first hit envelope declared as non-passing is that the contractor, again, Mr. Chair, submitted an altered bid form, Mr. Chair, particularly on the statement of all ongoing project and private contracts and experience record on similar completed project, Mr. Chair.
what particular aspect, the footnote? However, in our instruction to bidders,
It's the footnote, Mr. Chair.
it is particularly mentioned.
There is also an additional column on the form, Mr. Chair.
This was
Nilagyan niya kasi may experience.
Di ba dapat NA na lang
Dapat sa school.
NA na lang dapat
Napahapon
nakalagay.
pala lang.
Nasobrahan sa tanong.
Pero NA naman, kasi small lang ito eh. Pero NA yun eh. So, pwede consider natin yung sinag-bid yun. So, concentrate lang tayo sa ongoing. Diba? Kasi yung isa, dahil NA naman, consider that sa bibig na lang.
Yung pinapakita lang siya na screenshot siya.
Oo nga, kaya yung design mo ay ng NA lang.
yung isang form nila ganun ginawa. Nasa form natin sa yung nila tawag nila. Yung isang, di ba tatlong form yun siya? Yung isang form nila, ganun ang ginawa nila. NP. Ganun yung ginawa.
Ito yung maraming question.
Ang tanong ko pwede mag-anay.
Ang daming question, hindi na sila.
Usually, dyan, marami kang kakali. Yung footnote, minsan nagdadetect sila sila.
Kung bakit hindi sila nagtanong ng private job pa rin.
Buong dokumento na pinasuot niya. Wala rin po si Megan.
Eh, wala yung tanong sa
Yung nakalagay sa instructions natin.
Hindi niya naman nakita. During private conference, hindi niya nakita.
At tapos may nilagay na insert sheet.
Lagay ko lang yung experience ko, baka sakali pumasa.
Kasi stated here, based on their legal yung isip at yung dokumento na ano daw,
Okay, for iteration, what is the position of the technical team?
We maintain our previous recommendations, Mr. Chair, na the first bid envelope failed.
For failing to include
Or non-compliance in the submitted bidding forms, Mr. Chair.
particularly the inclusion of
Particularly on the forms for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts and experience record on similarly completed project, Mr. Chair.
Can you point out here the alteration?
As stated under the instruction bidders section,
Yung bid document, kita mo. Or yung ano yung na-alter.
Hindi ka sa What is the significance of the note? Kung nag-comply siya sa... So parang sinicertify niya na nag-comply siya sa regarding yung
May dagdag na po.
Gamit nila sa ibang oras.
instruction sa kanila yun.
Hindi, may isa pa raw na binagdag na column.
Alteration.
Gamit nila sa ibang project. Meron na silang formatted na yun. Ginawa lang.
Doon marami nagkakamali. Nagdadagdag yan ng process.
Kasi ginagamit-gamit nila sa
Mga sa ibang project lalo.
nakaformat pa rin yan.
So anong dinagdag? Hindi, may dinagdag ba o wala? Ako.
Meron nga, yung blue, yung nakaano.
Ito, blue.
Yung ano, wala namang ganyan.
Walang ganyan dito.
Ginagawa ng takal yung bigyan ng
Kaya yung nagdagdag na yung sa timeline na how many months? Hindi niya nilagay yun.
Pero sir, actually, what I perceive from the letter is, ano lang yan eh. Although, in essence, parang ina-admit nila na actually, meron talagang operation.
Hindi kailangan.
But ang ano niya is, hindi naman yan form prescribed by GPPD, di ba? Na pwedeng i-alter kasi yung section 19.2 only applies to those forms prescribed by the standard forms prescribed by GPPD. Tapos yung sinilip yung GPPD nga, yung Philippine Meeting Documents, actually wala silang naka-append na form for yung sa
So tayo ang gumagawa.
But then, that is a requirement under RA 9184.
So basically, it's the agency's form.
Yes, it's the agency's form.
Okay.
And we are not precluded from requiring such form kasi meron siyang provision dito sa RA 9184 na we can prescribe basta yung laman ay ano kasi requirement siya eh sa eligibility requirements sir makikita
Okay.
nyo.
First and foremost, under the rules on procurement, it is allowed that we prevent the alteration of forms.
Yes, sir.
First point. Second point, their argument that it is not a form required by GPPD. However, there are no forms required by GPPD. However, but the agencies who are procuring set the forms. So therefore, the forms which should not be altered are forms prescribed by the agency.
And here, there is an alteration. So it is an admitted alteration. So their only defense is, hindi naman yan yung sa GPP, sa inyo naman yun. Okay? And the recommendation of the technical working group is that we stand fast, that there is an alteration, hence they are disqualified for failure to comply with the requirement of the first bidan law.
And
Yung alteration.
Hindi. Okay, so next step
we
is,
do not limit the alteration only to those prescribed by GPPB because it could also be applied to those forms required by DPA.
Yeah, pero
By the agency.
we are allowed to make our forms and then we are allowed to prohibit the alteration.
Actually, sir, we are allowed pursuant also to the provision of RA.
Sinabi mo, wala namang sinet talaga na form.
Opo,
Na
wala, sir.
require na ito dapat ang sundin ng lahat ng procuring entities. Thus, it is incumbent upon the procuring entity to set the form. And hence, this form should not be altered.
Yes, sir.
And alteration can be a ground for disqualification. Okay. In their submission, two aspects were altered. There was an additional column wherein they totaled everything, which is an alteration. Second, instead of including the footnotes, which we required under our instruction to bidders, they omitted the same. Okay.
Kasi yung number one, yung nag-add sila ng column. Kasi nilagay natin sa footnote, yung sa contractor's role, para lang clear din sa atin nakalagay contractor's role in percentage. Nakalagay din sa footnote natin, indicate whether a sole contractor, subcontractor, or member in a joint venture. So, in-indicate niya, dun sa column, hinati niya as sole contractor siya, as prescribed here in footnote number 3, at nilagay din niya yung percentage. Kasi naka-footnote sa atin na indicate whether a sole contractor, which is item 3.
okay, so how was this supposed to be done? What was the proper way?
Saan niya ilalagay na column, even hindi siya magdadagdag ng column? Meron din.
So ano yung added portions? Yung highlighted o yung minified niya na nilagay niya so contractor and yung...
Kasi kung yung divide niya, tama yung ginawa niya based dun sa footnote na nilagay.
You don't need to put additional column just to comply with the requirement whether you are a sole
Kasi pwede ilagay mo
contractor.
percentage, hindi sa ilalim.
Sa ilalim mo, sole proprietorship or sole proprietor. Sa ilalim ng column na ano na existing.
Pero sorry sa akin kasi it's just a style.
Angie, sa ganyan kasi,
We're not talking about style.
yung preventing alteration para hindi mo ma-complicate yung form. If you start proving na allowable, where will you end na hindi allowable?
Hindi kasi,
So you have to be strict from the very beginning. You do not alter the form, even how simple it is. Kasi once you start allowing the alteration, they can put whatever they want. Where will you stop the allowance?
Sige. Ano lang recommendation ko lang so that hindi nag-mix. Kasi you have one column of contractor's role in percentage, ilagay natin 3. Yung 3 na yun yung footnote natin. So, item 3 indicate whether a sole. So, pwede siguro dun sa form natin ilalagay, hatiin na natin. Hatiin na dun sa the same column, kung paano ilalagay yung sole contractor at yung percent, kung saan ilalagay. Kasi paano kung nilagay ko lang 100%. Hindi ko nilagay whether sole contractor, subcontractor,
Madalas ba ito nangyari? Naging
Sa
issue.
form?
Oo.
Yes, sir, diba?
Hindi, confusion with regards kung ano ba yung usual na alteration na nagkakaroon ng confusion. Hindi, sa akin. if this is usual na nadadagdag sila ng sole contractor and person nag-add ng column na usual, we should make it clear. Pero kung one off sila, marami din naman din nag-comply. Kasi sa akin, if may mga nakakaintindi na marami and may isa hindi, why will I change the form sa isang hindi nakakaintindi?
But let us be also be aware that some contractors have been, they are bidding for so many years. It is, hindi naman yata ito usual contractor. So, bago lang din sa kanila yun. Kumbaga, yung iba, alam na nila.
Hindi, kasi
They've
yung
been bidding
may
for so many
may
years.
peculiarity yung form of each procuring entity. Kasi sometimes you receive a form na hindi talaga, hindi sinilip ko sa atin, they just gave the form which they were used to.
Ginagamit nila yan sa gano'n.
Hindi,
Actually,
siguro
yung
na lang, para lang
CPWX,
clear.
tinatanggap yan. Kaya lang.
Hindi, sige.
O paano ilalagay yung
Hindi.
note na ito dun sa column?
Attorney Solly, sa future nating pre-bid conferences, i-remind natin sila regarding our strictness regarding alteration. And then that we will not accept any form other than the form which we prescribe in our instructions to bidders. And we should instruct them that they should study carefully if they have questions regarding filling it out. First and foremost, do not alter. So in order to include the data, they ask us how to include it. Kasi any change we'll make, meron din yung hindi mag-comply, so we keep changing. So sa atin, since tayo ang nag-i-insist sa form, hindi tayo magsasabi sa kanila ito dapat ang gawin mo. Hindi yun na. Kung marami tayong nag-fail dahil dyan, I agree with you. Marami tayong natutuloy eh. So, ibig sabihin, nakukumply, hindi na paano. Yung sa atin lang, how can you put the data there without altering the form? It can be done.
Sa style na gusto natin.
Oo, tayo nag-bid out eh.
Kaya lang, kung ikaw nga, kunyari ako, I'm just putting myself, for example, as a new contractor. And then,
You ask question.
Kahit yung contractor, dapat yung sinasabi.
Kaya nga may pre-bid.
Huwag ka maglalagay ng card.
If it says do not alter, do not alter. So you see
Masama
how can you put the data without altering the form?
Nakaka-comply eh.
Ano lang,
Nakaka-comply eh.
medyo ano lang natin item.
Hindi yun nga.
Yeah,
Ay,
yeah.
hindi. Hindi. Hindi lang item to it. We instruct them to take a look at the form and make sure they do not alter. If they have questions on how to fill it out, they ask.
Normal lang kasi magaling na kung siyempre, papaano siya, consideration.
Okay, so that's the administrative aspect. Now with regards to the MR, so my alteration. First alteration, my additional column and my additional row. Is that acceptable? Or is it a ground for disqualification? What's the ruling of the court? Recommendation of technical working group, reconsideration be denied, not acceptable, ground for disqualification, failure to comply with the instruction to bidders.
Pero yung bagay lang, itong line na to, is this an additional row? So additional row, regardless yung tinatanong nila, so ito yung additional row. So ako, this is an alteration. Because that's an additional row.
Sir, in addition, just to clarify, sa instructions to bidders, sinabi na dyan very clear na two statements, yung ongoing at saka SLCC, required shall indicate for each contract the following. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6, contractor's role. Parenthesis, whether sole contractor, subcontractor, or partner in a JV, and percentage of participation. So naglagay sila ng percent, makasama sila. So we don't have to change anything doon sa footnote. Kasi and, andyan na niya,
So,
misal,
ang
sa
dapat-
instructions. Sila ang hindi nag-comply, hindi sila naglagay doon. So, meron silang percentage of participation, pero nag-additional sila. One number lang yun.
So kunwari ito, ang correct nito ay sole contractor, tama 100%.
Or parenthesis.
Within the column, kasi isa lang
Sa isa lang to, at kung
second row, you see the drone and percentage. Okay, so do we agree with the technical working group? Is there any motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of the technical working group to deny the motion for consideration submitted by MCR Builders in the proposed repainting of the PA office building.
So, and then to clarify, it's to both aspects with regards to the additional column and row and the footnote. Has been moved and seconded to adopt the recommendation of technical working group to deny the motion for consideration filed by MCR Builders. Were you in position there too? There being none, the request for reconsideration filed by MCR Builders is hereby denied. The same grounds that they altered the bid form by adding additional column and additional row. Also by not following the instruction of the bidders by including the footnotes attached to the said table. Okay, let's proceed with the, considering that both motion for reconsideration, both reconsiderations were denied, let's proceed with the bid evaluation. Technical working group.
Sir, additional lang po, kasi meron pa siya dito sa dulo, although this is no longer part of the request for reconsideration. Kaya lang, siyempre, we have to address
Okay.
po. Freedom of information, they are requesting for a certified true copy of the minutes, the opening of bids, and the back resolution that led to MJR Builders disqualification. This request is for the purpose of assisting MJR Builders on availing other legal remedies that it could undertake to protect its interests.
Okay, is the back directly allowed to release or it does it have to pass through the FOI?
Sa FOI.
Oh.
We can just, stay dun sa letter natin na we can have to request through FOI. Kasi may other requirements na nire-request ng ID.
To all other drafters.
Like, FOI.
Sa FOI na yan.
Talagang hindi naman yan talaga part naman ng MR niya.
Well, again, kanya nga sabi ko, I did mention that this is part, kaya na, still part of the national labor resident.
Okay, so in light of this proposition,
Oo. Minutes ng opening, and the back.
Hindi part yan ng information na
So, ano ko dyan?
okay, hindi, so hindi, since they quoted the freedom of information, i-direct muna sila dun sa FOI officer. FOI officer na natin mag-address whether or not we're allowed to release the minutes.
And the resolution na pinapos natin.
Si ano? Sorry po.
Oo, still not na.
And we should refer to legal.
Uy, narinig ko sa inyo.
I-refer yan sa back.
Okay, technical working group. Evaluation report. May isa eh.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Bid evaluation report on the proposed repainting of PPA head office building, Bonifacio Drive, South Harbor, Port Area, Manila. LFP NCS number 011-2019. Scope of work: interior repainting, exterior repainting, and cleaning and resealing works. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published or advertised is 8,984,001 peso and 79 centavos. In response to the invitation to bid, 4 bidders secured the bid documents in the amount of 10,000, namely Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation, Citracon Corporation, MCR Builders, Authority Trade Philippines. The 4 bidders drafted the technical and financial envelopes in the bid box located at back office before the deadline of 9 a.m. on May 23, 2019. The first envelope of the 4 bidders were opened and checked by the back members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, pickup, fuel jets, and etc. After due evaluation by the back and a motion duly made and properly seconded, Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation were declared passing the requirements of the first envelope. MCR and Taumaturgy Trade Philippines were declared failed for the reasons cited. MCR Builders submitted a suit or altered bid form for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, whether similar or not similar in nature, and experience record on similarly completed projects, as stated under the instruction to bidders, section 19.2. Forms must be completed without any alteration in format, and no substitute shall be accepted. Taumaturgy Trade Philippines submitted a substitute or altered bid form for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, whether similar or not similar in nature, and a statement of bidders of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid. As stated under the instruction to bidders, section 19.2, forms must be completed without any alteration to their format, and no substitute forms shall be accepted, and filled on personal requirement, particularly on skilled painter. After the first envelope were opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelopes of Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation were opened. The documentary requirements were checked and the bid prices were read by the chairman and then recorded. Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation were able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bid was undertaken. The bid offer of Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation conform to the required items specified in the bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviation were found in the bid proposal of Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation. Arithmetical or computational errors as well as variances between the total bid prices and extended unit bid prices were found on the bid proposal of Golden Shovel Builders Earth Moving and Development Corporation and Citracon Corporation amounting to 37.81 pesos and negative 27.06 pesos respectively. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 Revised IRR of Republic Act Number 9184, based on the bid evaluation which was found to be in order, the TWG recommends to declare Citracon Corporation at its calculated bid price of 8,466,907 pesos and 52 centavos as the lowest calculated bidder, and that post qualification be conducted on the said bidder. That's all, Mr. Chair.
One addition lang, the two disqualified bidders filed a request for consideration, which was deliberated by the back, which you did you share in your report.
Go ahead, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I move that the PWG recommendation declaring that bid of Citracon Corporation in the amount of 8,466,907 pesos and 52 centavos as the lowest calculated bidder, and that post qualification be conducted on the said bidder be adopted by the committee.
It has been moved and seconded without the recommendation of the technical working group, as contained in the bid evaluation report on the proposed repainting of EPA head office building, Port and Russia Drive, South Harbor, Port Area, Manila, during the petition thereto. There being none, Citracon Corporation at its calculated bid price of 8,468,907 pesos and 52 centavos is hereby declared as lowest calculated bidder. Technical working group is hereby instructed to conduct post qualification said bidder.
Madam Secretary, anything else?
There being none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Pero meron may Sabado meeting ko, may Lunes.
Wala na ba na?
Hindi ba tayo mag-aya?